Hello everyone! Hope you're having a fantastic day. Today we're going to start off with the Pelupelu quests like we've done the past couple of weeks, along with the Nitowikwe custom deliveries, and then get started on Dawn Trail Hildibrand. 7.1 only, the 7.1 patches only added one quest for that, but I think there's a fair bit of talking in it. So we'll go ahead and get that done, and then we'll continue the rest of it once we get to the patches that added those quests. Let's not dilly-dally anymore. First I want to go ahead and check the audio again, because I'm always paranoid about that. Once I double-check this. Clicking all the wrong buttons. Okay, wrong buttons. Yeah, it sounds okay. I guess it does. Yeah, it sounds okay. I guess it does. Yeah, okay, sure, whatever. S's are still too sharp, but I can't seem to figure out how to get the stupid DSer to work, so whatever. Let's go ahead and talk to Pelupelu and get started. Recruitment drive. Wait, this isn't RuneScape. Wait, isn't this the guy from, he was in the... one of the Aether Current quests in Nitowikwe. I think he was like, really didn't want to work with the Landsguard or something, or maybe the Landsguard really didn't want to work with him or something like that. Anyway, I guess we'll see. Something seems to be weighing heavily on Pelupelu's mind. What am I going to do? I can't seem to find anyone up to the task. Well, I guess I'm gonna get stuck with it then. Oh, brilliant. You have the wonderful habit of appearing exactly when I need you. Well, maybe it's the big blue quest marker above your head. What quest marker? Nothing. I've got a problem on my hands. Well, I mean, I could have figured that out just from your mumblings. Don't worry. The agency is doing just fine. The Earthenshire tours have been a runaway success. And if bookings stay steady, we'll soon recoup all the recent outlays. Well, that's actually the problem. The upper reaches of Nitowikwe are proving too popular. We're struggling to meet demand with our current number of tour guides. I want to address the issue before the burden starts wearing the staff down. You aren't aware of anyone in need of work who knows the region like the back of their hand, are you? Do I? I don't know. How about asking the Hanu? Don't we already employ like half of their village? Sounds like a job for the Moblins. I don't think they want to take care of those people. A certain bandit gang comes to mind. Wait, what? Hold on. Oh, right. Oh, it was him. Okay, he's the one that kidnapped Wilclamont. You don't mean the bandits who kidnapped Dawn's servant Wilclamont during the Rite of Succession. I'm sure they know the area well, but... hold on. I do remember hearing about a group of miscreants who turned themselves into the Landsguard not long after the Ascension ceremony. Apparently, they were later released on parole. I suppose if they're willing to atone for their crimes and genuinely wish to make a fresh start. And there's the Gill. My inner abacus is clacking away. It says we should speak with them, at the very least. Reduce the strain on our staff. Have former bandits giving back to the communities they wronged. It's wronged. They wronged. Yes. Everyone stands to gain much from a potential arrangement. Sure. Would you be willing to help track down these bandits? Well, considering I have the very convenient quest marker telling me where to go, I knew I could count on you. Let's head to many fires and see what we can glean from the locals. Ah, yes, questioning the locals. Well, let's teleport on up over to many fires. Yep, there it is. I was looking over here for a second. Right, I forgot. I was thinking, like, that wasn't Nitowikwe, was it? Looked like getting kidnapped? But yeah, it was up in the upper area, because I remember, Kwana's speech about caring about... Oh, yeah, because she got, number one Zeralja simp ran away on a boat here, and knocked our punities away. Has Mobby heard wind talk of bandits? I'm afraid not. These parts have been peaceful of late. Plenty of time to fish. Although I did catch a scrawny fisher in the woods not far from Deceiver's Mantle. Well, that sounds like a bandit's hideout to me. A Tonawata with crazy hair as bright as Jingleshine. I wonder who he was. We're looking for a red-headed Tonawata, so that's a pretty good tidbit of information. How about you, busy peddler? Have you seen any bandits around? My goodness, it's you! You came here with Don Surit Kwana seeking information about the bandits that waylaid me. Well, speaking of bandits, is there anything I can help you with this time? Yeah, we're actually looking for bandits. Ah, you wish to know what happened to, Wakesa and his band of brigands after all that? Well, I gather they surrendered to the Landsguard. They even confessed the whereabouts of their stolen goods, that everything might be returned to their rightful owners. Sure enough, my merchandise made its way back to me. Apparently, some of their victims were so moved by the gesture that they petitioned the Landsguard for a more lenient sentence. Perhaps that's why Valwuk granted them parole. I don't know how they fared thence. But I've heard nothing to suggest they've been causing trouble. Anyhow, you'll have to excuse me. I must meet with a client in Ukopacha. I do hope we meet again someday. Sure. One more to go. See if they have any more information. I guess the first Gabi that we met, I mean Mobby, not Gabi, Mobby, had a pretty good information. Ah yes, you seek news of the bandits let out on patrol. Sneaky takers, the lot of them. They spread many bad feels in the village with their crimes. Cheese was not for them. What? Cheese was not for them? Okay. Apparently, they were eye-catched not so long ago. Mobby dreads to think about the inevitable recidivism. Sure. I hope they've had time to reflect on the wrongness of dirty talking and are ready to make an honest living. Well then, that was some pretty useful information. Also, I just didn't even notice Lipu was here. I want to talk to her. I'm pretty sure it's a female model. You can't really tell with the child models because they use the exact same one. And the only thing that's slightly different is the face is slightly different, but the actual like body is exactly the same for male and female children. Any news of our bandits? Yeah, apparently there's a red-headed Tonawata around. So they turned themselves in, rather returned the stolen goods, and are now living in the wilds after being pardoned. What's more, it seems they haven't fallen back into old habits. Let's make for the woods to the south. That's where the angler spotted Wakesa, right? Hopefully we'll run into them there. I actually remember when we were doing Aether Current cleanup, we actually, oh, okay, apparently I thought we were heading over here. Because, like, there was, like, literally no reason to go over here except that there was, like, an Aether Current way down to the south. Anyway, let's fly on over to the boat here. Apparently they're over by the river. Not in a van down by the river, just the river. Recently I've been doing all these quests on a Black Mage, and I've actually gotten all the way up to level 97. And I think last time I said multiple times that I was coming around to Black Mage, but I still didn't really actually want to learn its opener or anything because it looked a little too long. Anyway, here's Liblu, and there's our destination. I must admit, I regret being so bold, but then again, what do I have to fear with you by my side? I like the way you think, Liblu, except that sounds like a lot of work. Or are they just watching us? It's a bit creepy. Oh, there he is. Starting to think I'm not cut out for fishing. And a man can't live off scrounging berries forever. What to do? I don't know what accent he should have. Uh-oh. Ah! You're that salted devil of a sellsword. Listen, I turned myself in. Even gave back what I stole. Put that life behind me, for good. What more could you possibly want from me? I have a proposition for you. I came to personally ensure you get what you deserve. Oh, I don't want anything from you. And let's just go with the proposition. The other two sound like threats. Well, so does the first one. And why should I trust you? You're here to get revenge for the kidnapping, aren't you? No, actually. I assure you, as my associate says, we really do have a proposition for you. I'm Pelupelu. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'll get straight to the point. If you're serious about keeping to the straight and narrow, making amends for your past crimes, perhaps you'd like to work with us at the Trolley Travel Agency. Work for you? Ha! I see your scheme. Plotting to haul me off to the mines under the guise of employment, are you? No, this isn't America, sir. Curse you, Blackhearts! I ate dirt to survive after I escaped. I won't set foot inside another mine while there's still breath in my lungs. Oh, wait! Yeah, this isn't going according to plan. So what do we do now, Pelupelu? That didn't go right. That was unexpected. Well, I guess so. And all that talk of the mine. And all that talk of mines. You seem to genuinely traumatized. Well, yeah, I had to go work in the mines. Brilliant. I want to find out what happened to him. Hopefully that way we can clear up this misunderstanding and have a proper discussion. I hate to ask, but could you find Wakesa and bring him back here? He was awfully fast, but I doubt he could outrun you, well that's for sure. Except that I'm a black mage and I have, like, basically the only movement abilities I have are back to my ley lines and to one of my allies. And, allies don't work on NPCs. So, let's get on my flying griffin instead. Oh, yes, I guess it's probably going to be in the convenient orange circle on the map. Now, where is he? There he is. Hello, Wakesa. Ready to go back to the mines? I mean, I care how fast they are. I don't care how fast they are. They'll never find me here. Sure. Are you sure about that? What? How? Well, there's a convenient quest marker. Unbelievable. I ran full pelt, and yet... what's the use? Listen, I know what we did was inexcusable, but after it came to a head, we made an oath to never walk that path again. I won't bother another soul. I'll live out my days on the fringes. Please, just let me be. Oh, Jessica. You're saying this is all a misunderstanding? Well, it's clear there's no escaping you regardless, well that's for sure. Fine, I'll hear you out. And put my fate in your hands. Yeah, don't worry, you can do much worse, that's for sure. Like working in the mines. Which we're definitely not going to have you do. Kind of interesting to have this guy come back into the story. Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. Your associate says she wants to talk, and I'm prepared to listen. I apologize if we frightened you, Wakesa. That wasn't our intention. Are you willing to tell us why you fled? Well, he was working in the mines, it seems pretty clear to me. Before we get before we get to that, I want you to be honest. Do you really have a proposition for me that doesn't involve dragging me back to those godforsaken mines? In that case, I'll be honest with you. Me and the rest of the gang first came here after fleeing Zaktrol. Oh, okay. Oh, well, I guess that would kind of make sense. Although, does he have a Highlander model or a Midlander model? Well, I guess this would have to be a Midlander. Wait, no, that wouldn't make sense. They're all never mind. He's Tonawata are typically in Zaktrol. Oh, okay, that would explain a lot. No, he actually was in the mines. That's why he became a bandit. I'm sure I don't need to tell you, but Shaloni's been a hotbed of development since they found blue gold beneath the plains. Among the folk that get their hands on a drilling permit, there were more than a few looking to get rich quick. The kind of despicable bastards who don't think twice about sending kids into the tunnels. You know, earlier I said this isn't America, but then I remembered that this is supposed to be like the Western United States. And we worked for the worst of the worst. Day after day, toiling and wasting away, till we died or escaped, we eventually realized. So we smuggled ourselves out in an empty cerulean barrels. Been playing for about, how many years has it been? Like 3 or 4 years? I started playing just before Endwalker came out. You can imagine what happened next. That fedral of a foreman tried to hunt us down, so we fled to Kazomauka. And took to banditry, as much to conceal our identities as to make ends meet. I just always have fun doing the dialogue. Helps keep me engaged on this. You gotta not sneak in, I gotta find breaks in the dialogue to reply to chats. Right or wrong, be damned. We would survive. But when we heard that Dawn Servant Wilclamot spoke of our plight during the Ascension ceremony, we decided to turn ourselves in. After a time, she showed us mercy and gave us a pardon. Even so, there's still that fear of what might happen if the foreman or his lackeys were to find us. I've mostly just played this game, to be honest. I don't get that much time to play, so I just slowly working through the story. Thank you for sharing your story, and telling me of the struggles you and your friends have experienced. Let me assure you that I do not wish to bind you with contracts or chains. I offer only the opportunity for you and your comrades to provide for yourselves, to make an honest living on your own terms. So, how about it? What does working at the Trolley Travel Agency sound? That's more than any of us dared to hope for. But what if word gets back to the foreman? If someone shows up to haul us away and we drag you into our affairs? And don't worry about it, I'll take care of them. I'll need to look into it to be sure, but I honestly don't think there's much of a chance of that happening. Thanks to the efforts of the Dustwatch. Thanks to the efforts of the Dustwatch and the Daybreakers, Shaloni is no longer the lawless place it used to be. Well, yeah, we may have had a hand in that. Besides, I've been working on a plan to help reintegrate former outlaws into society. Since when? Is that what you were planning this whole time? I'll be sounding out the Wing of Reflection to see if they can't support the initiative. I'm sure the new Dawn Servant will give their blessing. Dawn Servants, there's 2 of them, right? Incredible, but, you know, it feels like we should be begging you for the opportunity. We've burned so many bridges. I'll be damn sure you don't regret this. That said, what exactly are we supposed to do for you? I forget what, she had something specific that she wanted them to do. About all we're good for is manual labor and pathfinding. That sounds like exactly what they need. Though I do also know my way around a cook fire after feeding miners for all those years. This wasn't part of the plan, per se, but I think your culinary skills might come in handy. A restaurant on site could be a real earner. Oh yeah, I'm sure it would. As for your comrades, we've been looking for individuals with an intimate knowledge of upstream Kazuma who are also capable of handling themselves. My plan was to employ them as guides turned protectors after a thorough assessment and proper training. I'd say it's about time we got back and continued preparations. Wakesa can meet us back at the agency in Dock Poga once he contacts his friends. Well, sounds like we're gonna get some food out of this. And that looks like it's gonna wrap up the quest too. Oh, I guess we can just teleport back. I always forget to actually use these teleports. Alright, looks like she's back. We're in the agency. Let's talk to Wakesa first. Real honest work. Something tells me you won't get another chance like this. Welcome back, Brillian. Yeah, I can see them, Jessica. I see what you're saying. Welcome back, Brillian. I reached out to the Wing of Reflection, and it was just as I thought. It seems Wakesa's fears were unfounded. Oh, okay. The situation in the cerulean fields has changed dramatically in the past few years. Groups like the Daybreakers have put an end to the practice of child labor, and the Dustwatch have all but stamped out the violent duels that used to be so common. As for the company you and your comrades worked for, they've long since been shut down by the Daybreakers. Oh, so they didn't even need to go turn to banditry. For its part, the Wing of Reflection is committed to the restoration and preservation of law and order in Shaloni. Any new unscrupulous drilling operations are swiftly dealt with. You needn't worry about anyone coming after you. It's part of the fun and just to get me into the story, because I went through all of like Heavensward and Stormblood, and I don't remember a significant portion of that. But I started streaming with Shadowbringers, and I remember like everything from Shadowbringers, Endwalker, and Dawntrail because I streamed all of it and read all the dialogue. Thank the heavens for that. In that case, we can commit to doing our part and repaying our debts. We've decided to set aside some of our earnings and repay folk for all the hurt we caused, you see. Wonderful, simply wonderful. It's a pleasure to have you on board. Thanks, I've been working on it for a long time, just tweaking it and making it better and better over time. This is on PC. Yeah, I've got the mouse cursor. Oh yeah, finding the time to stream is the annoying part. I usually only have time on weekends. Thanks to the efforts of Pelupelu and her special advisor, Wakesa and his comrades have agreed to join the Trolley Travel Agency. With this influx of new recruits, the shortage of staff and that threatened to curtail expansion into Earthenshire has been resolved. Well, this former usually only get time to stream on like Saturdays, plus I've been having issues with my hand hurting for the past almost 2 years. Although it's like the best it's been in 2 years, so it like doesn't even hurt at all now, which is great. While his former crewmates begin their training as guides, Bakessa himself will be devising a menu of delicious local dishes as head chef of the agency's brand new eatery. Be sure to assist him and his crew of former brigands on their road to rehabilitation. Finally figured out that actually putting cold water to like almost numb my forearm actually reduces the inflammation and has helped a ton over the past 2 months. You've achieved honored reputation with the Trolley Travel Agency. New Pelupelu daily society quests are available. Yeah, same thing as usual. Pelu Proponent 3. Alright, that's the Pelupelu quests. Let's head on over to Shaloni. Actually, let me switch over my tracking here. Switch over to Nitowikwe custom deliveries. There we go. Let's head on over to Shaloni and help out Nitowikwe. Which one? Obviously, it's the Shaloni one. Springs. I mean, I've been doing this for like 3 years now, and I've got like 2 real followers on this. I don't really put much time into growing or anything. Because I mostly just do this as a way of being able to focus on the game more instead of just mindlessly clicking through quests. Alright, so what ones do we need to make here? We need... Let's see, actually we're on the... This is the last heart, so we might unlock a blue quest after this. Also, I just noticed that they have a second page now. I didn't notice that before. Let's see, what do we need to make? Engineering kits, and we only need 3 of them. I mean, the requirements are like a certain amount of followers and a certain amount of average watch time or something. Yeah, so we only need 3 of these. And let's see, there we go. Yeah, this should, I think this should unlock a blue quest afterwards. We'll see. How do, like, yeah, I can't just quick craft this with trained eye. Then I need to do this. I think that gets me just over enough. No, not quite, but I believe Delicate Synthesis should push it over. Yep, okay, perfect. We'll go ahead and do 2 more of those. Oh, right, I'm supposed to do Waste Not first. That's why I felt like I didn't have as much durability. Two preparatory touches. I only need 2. Oh yeah, especially when I get a good proc. Oh yeah, more than enough. Yeah, 1 more to go. Surprisingly, I actually get more engagement on YouTube from when I edit down these streams, and I forgot to do Waste Not again. Yeah, then Delicate Synthesis should push it over. Perfect. Do you want to turn those in? Thanks, Jessica. Yeah, same thing as she does last time. Oh yeah, that's the same thing she always does. Okay, this is the new one. Wait, right here. Wait, right here. I gotta show the boys. They'll be ecstatic. Hee. I always forget what voice I give her. She obviously has a southern accent, but it's more of a lighter accent. I don't know how to describe it. Guess what, Brilliant? When I showed them your latest delivery, they insisted on thanking you themselves. Brilliant, you rascally aspis. Their supplies you brought us are better than I could have dreamed. You should hear what the others are saying. They like the feel of the tools so much, they're half the mind to build another train. Oh no. It's about time, you know, I've been thinking, perhaps our next model ought to fly. Well, then it wouldn't be a train. With the dome's technology, that might just be possible. But can I still be called a train if it doesn't need tracks? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And again, when it comes to trains, perhaps no dream is too big. If it were me, why, I'd recreate the Dawn Blazer, armed to the spokes with weaponry. Except they've only got one track, so I don't know how they're going to run 2 trains on it. Played enough open TTD to know that you gotta actually manage your train signals right. Well, actually, I played enough Factoria to know that too. I guess it's all any trains. We can discuss the ideas in further detail after our railroad spans the length of Tyrol. I'll get back to work. It still cracks me up that these are the trolley people from Shadowbringers. It's great to see the boys are so passionate about their work. Thanks again, Brilliant. If you have a little more time to spare, I have an update about our progress. Yeah, this will be the blue quest, probably. Let's see, go ahead and get some materia that I don't need, and some stuffed peppers that I'll probably never use. Nitowikwe would... Wait, Nitowikwe considers you... I forgot, I didn't say. Savior of the Railing. That's right. Nitowikwe could not be happier with your efforts. She now considers you a savior of the railing. Your contributions thus far have kept the railing rolling, but it seems Nitowikwe needs to speak with you. Yeah, that'll be the blue quest. Not right now, Jessica. New quest line continuing the story of Zactoral Railing is now available. Upon its completion, the custom delivery list for Nitowikwe will be updated. Yes. Go ahead and do that. The weight of a train, is that the last one, or is there one after it? No, there's one after it. When does that, or is that now? When does that, okay, this was 7.15 as well, so... Yeah, okay, I guess I don't know, I guess the other one will start up after this. Anyway, we'll see. The weight of a train. Nitowikwe is excited to tell you the good news. I can't thank you enough, Brilliant. Your contributions have kept both our operations and the train running smoother than a redneck's backside. Aren't they, Harry? That doesn't sound very smooth. Everybody sailed into a rhythm, passengers and staff alike. And because of that, Walika has made progress on the railroad repair project. Remember the business proposal he was drafting? He submitted it to the Wing of Reflection, and they've granted us clearance to begin construction. As a matter of fact, Val Lamont held negotiations and recruited some Alexandrian engineers to come and help. They should be arriving in a minute. That sounds good. Seeing as you know these folks, I reckon you ought to attend. Head to Stolony Station, and I'll be there once I've rounded up the others. Alright, let's head on over to Stolony Station. Oh, actually, it looks like they do have... No, it's still just one line. They just have a storage... I forget what they would call it. I forget what that's actually called. And they just have 2 lines for doing repairs in the actual place. Whatever they call it. Glad that this one is taking a bit more time. We got an actual blue quest instead of just doing a little bit of crafting. Because the past couple of weeks I've been doing this at the beginning of streams, but it's literally like 5 minutes of just crafting up the three things, or the 6 things, and then being done with it. Where are they? I asked Val Lamont to have them wait here after deboarding. There's gonna be some people we know? Oh, okay. Right, this was the, one of the sisters, I think. And, this must be the Shire one. And then, of course, we got, I always get his name. I don't know if it's Geralt or Geralt. I've been always pronouncing it Geralt. Where with the ridiculous energy drink stuff. Forgive me the delay, everyone. I confess, I've long sought the opportunity to explore my mother's homeland, and found myself distracted upon arriving. Also, it's weird to see her hair in the sun, because it's a lot dark. It was a lot darker in Heritage Found, because it's all overcast and stuff. Well, if it ain't brilliant, mighty fine place you all have here. It is her! What in the world are you doing here? I get around. It's great to meet the face behind the letters. I'm Malika, station master at Zactral Railing. We enlisted Brilliant to assist with our operations. Book Lamott's a good friend, and when she mentioned your plan to reconnect the rails, we were glad to volunteer. I'm getting his accent wrong because I've been doing the southern accent. And this is our mediator from the outskirts, closest settlement to Yasselani Station. I came on behalf of our leader, Pepoan. We welcome the reopening of Yasselani Station, and as such, are willing to discuss a loan of laborers to your cause. That'd be great help. We're prepared to invest as many resources as we can, but the work will go fast with more hands. Likewise, it would be our pleasure to help you build the bridge between our two communities. This undertaking will change countless lives for the better, and I can't wait to see how it will bring people together. Did you say something weird? I didn't notice. Great to have you all on board. Here's a copy of the proposal for your reference. But first, you folks deserve some time to experience the lands outside the dome. Your next destination is the palace, I take it. Go and enjoy Tuliolol. I've never known a more vibrant city. Much obliged, Walika. When we return, let's get down to business, eh? Alright, you all go on and head back to work without me, will you? I'll be along later. I didn't notice what he actually had said there. Clearly, it was something that she didn't, that kind of messed with her head. What's gotten into her now? Look, I need to get this paperwork back to the office. Can you check on her for me? Sure. Alright, well, Liko, what's got you all messed up? I didn't notice quite what he had said there, or what she said there. You okay? It's just a lot to care about, you know? What? Didn't think me the type to wax sentimental? Well, you've caught me. It's not like you or the Dawn servant. I can't twist myself into knots over the plight of a stranger. I'm just a train driver. I already had my hands full with Walika, our staff, and our riders. Then I met you, and everything changed. Is that like when the Fire Nation attacks? That girl was right. We are building a bridge. Soon, our reach will extend farther than I ever dreamed possible. And, well, as happy as I am for my freight, sometimes I worry my engine's too weak to carry it, so to speak. But Walika's poured his soul into this railroad, and so have I. Of all the many people it brings into our lives, not one of them is a stranger to me. You think I agreed to drive the Dawn Blazer on a lark? It was because you got us the timber for new railroad ties. You earned my trust with that, Aurelian. That's right, that's what we needed to get the wood from the, what are they called, the Mehawetson or something? No, that's the place. They're called, I was editing 7.1, second half of 7.1 to yesterday. Yeah, I can't remember what they're called. I remember the name is related to the guides, or they consider the Renek their guides, and they have a specific name for them. And that's part of their tribe name. I can't remember. And your presence here today proves that it's paid off. The Dawn Blazer saved a great many lives that day. Thank you for trusting me. Were you scared? Yeah, thanks for trusting me. It sounds a lot better. Stop. I had my fill of thank yous. Besides, I was prepared for the worst that day. Well, yeah, she went in literally, trains a-blazing. Supposing fate decided that was my last drive, I would have spent my final moments furious at myself for missing what came next. I wouldn't have regretted it, though. Not if it kept all my loved ones safe from harm. Is that how the other guy's wife died? Are we gonna get a flashback of that? It's a lot to juggle, isn't it? Caring for so many? I reckon I'll simply have to figure it out as I go. Brilliant, Nitowikwe. We were, just wondering what we're taking you two so long. Something I should know about? And don't worry about it. She's good. Oh, you know me. I was just giving Brilliant one of my usual lectures on air-paralleled superiority of our locomotives. Yeah, definitely what she was doing. Damn right! Have you told her all the improvements we've made with the prototype? Enough chit-chat. There's still much to be done if we're to make the cross-country rail into reality. Well, that was nice. Let's go ahead and head back over to Nitowikwe and wrap this one up. And we'll see if there's one more blue quest after this. Or if we're gonna have to do one more batch of deliveries. Listen, Brilliant. That conversation was intended for your ears only. Alright? Don't go blabbing to anyone. Don't worry, I won't. Except for that recording I made that I'm going to post later. Now then, I foresee a lot of hustle and bustle once the repair project takes off, so I think I'll keep running operations for the time being. I'd appreciate your continued support whenever you have time to provide it. You'll be duly compensated, of course. I like the sound of that. We may need to stock up on a few things, so I hope you're not opposed to repeat commissions. Again, I'm not opposed to that. Oh, and before I forget, I'll be learning to work the ticket booth next. So, look, you know a thing or two about being in the public eye, right? I have no interest in fashion, but, oh, right, okay, so that's the excuse for her costume, or the costume changing, which I basically never do, because I always feel like their current outfits are appropriate. I figure I should try to look more presentable. So if you have any ideas for a work uniform, bring them by. Sounds good, except that's a feature like I just said, I almost never do anything with it. Future requests will be selected from random, yeah, like you typically on the custom deliveries. You know, the repair kits, yeah. Okay, so I guess, okay, there is a blue quest in there. Yeah, Heart Blazes on. Okay, let's go ahead and do that to wrap up the... that should be the end of Nitowikwe Custom Deliveries. Yeah, let me just look at this again. Yeah, this is the third one, and apparently that gets me... Yeah, so I can see what that question mark is. But yeah, let's go ahead and do this. His heart blazes on. Malika has a message to share with you. Ah, brilliant. Glad to see you're here. Zopia told me he needs to speak with you. As for why, he didn't simply track you down himself. Your guess is as good as mine. At any rate, you'll find him over at Shaloni Station. Safe travels. Sorry, friend, but Zopia didn't tell me what he asked for you. Why he asked for you. He should be at the station. Oh, right, is he the blonde one or the orange-haired one? Oh, okay, apparently that's all there is. I'm glad I'm doing this quest now and not saving for later. Yeah, I saw what the reward is. Just a well, I guess we'll see it in a second. He's gonna present it to us. Okay, it's the orange-haired guy, not the trolley fanatic. I mean the train fanatic. Brilliant, perfect timing. You see, I have a problem. We know. I mean, what? It's the Dawn Blazer. I know she detonated in the line of duty, but try as I might, I can't get the armored angel out of my mind. After she came up in conversation the other day, it relit a fire in me. One thing led to another, and I found myself stitching together a little something inspired by her design. I know how crazy this must sound. Brilliant, I'd really love for you to have this ensemble. Sure, thanks. And if it's not to your liking, maybe you could find a roundabout way of asking Nitowikwe what she thinks of it. Just think about it, alright? Together, we can keep her memory alive. Through us, the Dawn Blazer will ride on. Thanks, dude. Yeah, Dawn Blazer tire outfit. Let's see, what does this look like? Let's actually, like... Okay, how do you do this? I never figured out how to do multiple... Okay, I guess, like, can I do it like that? No, either way, that looks like a pretty cool jacket. Yeah, I'll definitely, yeah, okay, I can put the full set in the glamour dresser. So I'll go ahead and do that later. Let's go ahead and move on over to the Hildibrand quest. Let's see. Let me switch over to that. Yeah, Dawn Trail Hildibrand. Now, I believe you start the quest. Nashu is in Tuliolol. Now, last thing I remember was that Hildibrand went blasting off again. You know, as he usually does. Alright, I gotta run down here. And now, of course, Nashu is looking for him again. Now, I believe the quest starts, yeah, the case of the displaced inspector. That's what we're looking for. Hello, Nashu. Looking for your... Oh, yeah. I saw a screenshot of him in this outfit. The case of the displaced inspector. Looking rather lost herself, Nashu Makaraka has come west in search of a missing inspector. Now, 7.1, the 7.1 patch has only added one Hildibrand quest, but I believe that this is going to have a fair bit of talking, or a fair bit of dialogue. So we're only working through 7.1 content right now, so we're only gonna do the 7.1 quest. And actually, I should pull that up so I can keep track of where we are. That's not what I meant to click on. I guess we're done with the Nitowikwe Custom Deliveries. I can just change that over to Hildibrand. Okay, side story chain. Inconceivably further Hildibrand adventures. Yeah, okay, yeah, there's only one added for this quest, so we'll just go ahead and do that one today. Or with this patch. Why, hello there, Brilliant. Core, how serendipitous that we should cross paths in this far-flung nation. Have you come all this way to lend me a hand? Because let me tell you, I could use the help. You're looking for an inspector? You see, I've been doing my absolute darnest to track down the inspector. Ever since Mr. Poo-Poo's starship whisked him off to God's only know where. Yeah, so one thing with the Endwalker, I thought that the Endwalker Hildibrand quests were literally the best ones in the entire series. But I will say at the very beginning, when they introduced Mr. Poo-Poo, they definitely got a bit excessive with the Poo-Poo jokes. Hopefully these are still pretty good. Hopefully these are funny as well. I mean, the Hildibrand in his trench coat and his well, I guess you didn't. Yeah, no, you saw it there. It was in the quest image there. Oops. My best lead turned out to be the Fafnari. In truth, I forgot about that. Eyewitness accounts in the latest issue described a shiny craft headed west across the ocean. So I packed a few things and headed as far west as I was able. This is where I ended up. I've made a few inquiries since my arrival, but I've mostly been acclimatizing myself to the native cuisine. Very important step that, oh yes. Anyway, seeing as fate has sent you to assist me, I suppose it's time I continued questioning the locals on the matter of unidentified flying gentlemen. Right, I think that was the name of the last quest for Endwalker. Let me see. Oh no, it was Gentleman at Heart. No, I could have sworn that was the name of one of the Endwalker ones. Anyway, let's continue. Yeah, unidentified flying gentleman. I think that was they probably used that line earlier in one of the quests. Here, they should help aid in our investigations. What is it? Oh, right. It's an illustration of the spaceship, clipped from Dorian's. Alright, she always gets his name wrong. I forget his name's like Darian or something, but she always calls him like Dorian. Having this on hand should make it much easier to explain what we're looking for. I'll ask around the markets hereabouts. As for you, well, I've yet to venture beyond the food stalls. Yes, she's put in lots of work to find the inspector. She's got to acclimatize to the local cuisine, of course. It's very important. So practically anywhere else but there. If you learn anything useful, come and find me around this spot. I'll be stuffing my, ears with delicious, intelligence. It's the Landsguard's duty to remain vigilant for threats and unusual developments that may warrant their intervention. It may be prudent to visit Bright Plume Post and question the soldiers. That actually sounds like a pretty good place to start. You should show that picture to the city guards and ask if they've sighted anything similar. I'll concentrate my efforts on the stall keepers and their delicious offerings of information. Yeah, sure, Nashu. Of information. Yes, definitely. Alright, the Landsguard place to get you over there, so we'll go ahead and teleport over to Wachumekimeki. And, I guess ask the guards if they've seen anything weird. Actually, it looks like there's two places. Okay, I was thinking of no, that's something, that's the stuff that I've been putting off. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this is where we're supposed to go. Not Wachumekimeki. That wouldn't make sense. Here's our first friend. Mobile Jaw. Yes, is there something I can help with? Yeah, have you seen an unidentified flying gentleman? Actually, I have seen a vessel like that. It was some time before Zeralja's flying ships appeared. I mean, that would fit the right time frame. I watched it limp northwards through the sky above Tuliolol, wobbling about like it might crash to the ground at any moment. Oh no, did he get stuck in the dome? That's not good. Hello, Shoki? Kohi? Sure. Searching for strange ships, you say? Yeah, have you seen an unidentified flying gentleman? Yes, I saw a flying disc just like that during my patrol in Shaloni. It was slowly drifting towards the ground and seemed to come down somewhere in Yasalani. He got stuck in the dome, didn't he? If you're determined to find it, then that's where you should try next. What were they calling the place that's covered by the dome now? Heritage found. Oh no. He got stuck in the dome. Well, Nachu, you better expect your inspector to be an old man now, unfortunately. Wonder how Godbrand will respond to this. Then again, they are Manderfell men, so they shall retain their physique, as long as they remember to apply salamander oil. Also, I see Stinky Cheese Boy over there watching Nashu. I'm pretty sure I just noticed the guard is actually... the guard caught him. Anyway, Nashu, I think I have a lead on your missing inspector. My forays into the stalls bore no fruit at all. None starship-shaped, anyway. How was your harvest, then? Yeah, so I think you might have gotten stuck in the dome. Those are some solid leads. Nice work, Berlian. So, by the sounds of things, the ship was malfunctioning and eventually came down somewhere to the north of here. With any luck, this hostage... Hostage found? How do you get that out of Heritage? You mentioned it will be the place we find the inspector. I think you mean Heritage found? I thought it would be so simple, and certainly not without incident, knowing how matters involving the inspector tend to go. Nah. Well, with you as my escort, I'm sure we'll arrive at the right spot eventually, and none the worse for wear. Shall we head off? Sure. Maybe we can leave Stinky Cheese Boy behind. He's just literally pointing and running. Then again, he is a Lala. He's just out of your range of vision. Okay, well, that was a quick teleport. Right, Nashu? Well, we got to the hostage found. The air is all crackly and zappy. This is where the starship supposedly came down, so let's start our search for the inspector. Standard investigative procedures dictate that we question the residents for possible gentleman sightings. Off we go. I thought we were supposed to acclimate to the local cuisine. Anyway, I'm sure there's overlap there. Looks like we've only got one place to check. Apparently Nashu found exactly the person we needed. And Stinky Cheese Boy is getting electrocuted over there. Aha! This man could be a potential witness. Yeah, sorry, Outskirts resident. This is a small settlement, and all its inhabitants are known to me. If a man of such distinctive appearance and demeanor were among us, I'm sure I would have noticed. Well, especially someone just going around JoJo posing, calling himself an inspector extraordinaire. Perhaps he's wandering around somewhere inside Solution 9. They have so many people there. They have so many more people. He could easily go unnoticed in the crowds. No, he can't. You were here as Queen Svine's guest, as I recall. If your companion wishes to enter the city as well, then I suggest you make arrangements with the sentry at the tower entrance. Oh, Solution 9! That sounds promising. Thank you for your help. Thank you for the tip. Solution 9, yes, that's where we will find the solution. All 9 of them. And Stinky Cheese Boy is still sitting behind. I'm afraid your friend won't be entering Solution 9 unless you can convince the sentry to let her in. Yeah, I'm sure I can do that. Although Queen Sphene question mark seems to have reappeared, so I would be a little wary about doing anything that requires authority. Also, she's not here. Did she just walk right in? Oh, nope, there she is. Visitor detected. Verifying access rights. Unlimited Everkeep access confirmed. Scanning. Unregistered visitor. Warning, warning. I forgot about those. Warning, warning. Explosive device detected. Entry denied. You're gonna have to lose the bonds, Nashu. I'm not carrying explosives. This is medicine for treating Inspector Hildibrand's condition. Yes, I don't think anyone can possibly treat his condition. Explosive medicinal compounds? Don't tell me that's gonna work. Error does not compute. It's really quite simple. Inspector Hildibrand was sucked up by Mr. Poo-Poo's malfunctioning starship, after which it proceeded to drag him thousands of miles away and deposit him here. Ergo, you need to let me pass so I can blow away his brain cobwebs. I guess that's one way to do it. This can't work. Error, logic circuits overloading. I knew that. That's what I thought was gonna happen. And that's how we get past them. Huh, it must be nap time. I guess we can just go in. Yeah, nap time. Uh-huh. And I guess Stinky Cheese Boy can just walk right by now. Weren't you getting electrocuted? How are you moving around so well? Well, Nashu, that went better than expected. Core, that's a good-sized city. Yeah. Well, there's only one way of locating the inspector in a place like this. If there's an ongoing case, then that's where he'll be. Let's head to the lively part of town and look into any nefarious incidents, shall we? Do you know which way is the lively place? And we can go to the arcade because we're British. True View. Oh, I guess that's gonna be a lot more lively. True View. And that's in the eastern sector, you say? Right then, let's get to it. And she's gonna walk off on her own. Yep. Alright, let's head over to the Zaithrite and teleport over to True View. See if we can locate our inspector. Yes, the Neon Stein is technically closer. You know, it'd be fun to get back to doing the Arcadian soon. I guess we got to do the Alliance, the first of the Alliance raid series, and I think that's all that we're gonna. That's all that's left for 7.1 after this. Anyway, Forthright, not Fortnite, Forthright Hewn. What? Like a crime? Now that you mention it, I did hear about a theft recently. Our city is peaceful, by and large. But anywhere you have a lot of people, incidents like these are bound to occur. I mean, the inspector might be going after that, but let's check on Nashu first. Oh, you don't say! And then what happened? Yeah. Anyway, Mr. Barmaid? Barman? Barperson? Whatever. A case, huh? I've heard talk of an odd, squelching creature of some sort. But I don't know if that's the kind of thing you're looking for. An odd squelching creature. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna be our inspector. How about you, laid-back Malala? Recent troubles. I saw a pair of soldiers mobilizing not a moment earlier, responding to a disturbance, it seems. I don't think it was far from here. I'm a bit hazy on the details. Alright, well, I guess there's two things that happened recently. Got any more information, Nashu? Stinky Cheese Boy is right there. Oh, he's hiding behind there. With the way that with the way that I had the thing, I thought he was literally up on top of the counter. They're just like right next to her. Oh, I also heard about that theft. Something was stolen from a nearby tavern, apparently. I got directions to the scene of the crime, so let's head over together. So so I guess he's gonna be like 20 years older? The thief absconded with an aged bottle of spirits, the most expensive one in my establishment. I demand you find this criminal at once. No need to get all hot and bothered. The culprit is right under your nose. Gravelly voice. Oh no. I hope we get that outfit. Or is it the noir outfit? Because I still didn't need. Because I didn't end up going and getting enough of the stuff to get those from the pot sherds or whatever they're called. Admit it, punk. You pinched the hooch. The gravelly voice. Me? But why would you think? With the supply of souls cut off, folks with a habit have turned to black market rackets, and luxury goods of dubious provenance is on one way of paying the asking price. A top-shelf bottle of juice would make for a fine trade, I'd say. By the by, you know there's a method for identifying contraband souls. Your regulator logs would tell the tale. Don't want to let us check them? Be my guest. I took a gander at the cabinet where the bottle was stored, and the lock showed obvious signs of tampering. Electro-picking tools are awfully hard to handle, aren't they? Most amateurs get singed, but you've got scorch marks all over your mitts. Wait, is he actually a good inspector now? Give it up, kid. We've got you dead to rights. Wait. It's actually him? After these suspended soul provisions, I couldn't stop worrying about the future. It was a moment of weakness. Wait, he was right? Save it for the authorities. Take him away, boys. Gravelly voice. That was Inspector Hildibrand, wasn't it? He didn't look very gentlemanly. He didn't sound very gentle. Oh no, he looked gentlemanly. He just didn't sound very gentlemanly with that gravelly voice. He must still be in shock from after the starship's crash landing. A healthy dose of Nashu's delights will put him to rights. Uh-oh. Nashu? Maybe not in such a populated area? Let's make absolutely sure it's him first, shall we? I suppose that would be the responsible course of action. Come on, we should hurry before we lose sight of this ungentlemanly Hildibrand. This is really funny. gravelly voice. I don't know why I find that so. Well, the outfit and the gravelly voice. He's literally just some cop. Like he's like literally some like hard-boiled cop. So it's interesting that they have this little alleyway to cut through here. Let's see. Probably need to go up. Yeah, I don't think we can even go down there. Nashu, did you lose him? He walked that away, or was it more of a mosey? That's not very important, Nashu. Oh no, what's this gonna be? What? Okay, no, he's just eating an egg. With the emote that they added for one of the Easter events. He looks like the inspector, but he's a touch old and mopey. Well, that's about right. I mean, he's like 30 years older, right? I always forget how long the dome was. Yeah, 30 years. Literally, just try reading the dialogue, John. 30 years passed inside the dome? Then if Inspector Hildibrand was here when it happened, that would put him in his 50s. He must have been living here so long that he's forgotten everything about his previous life. Luckily, I have just the thing to jog his memory. Oh no. No, not you. The horn. Oh, wow. Think I wouldn't notice such an obvious tale. Oh, right, gravelly voice. Man in overcoat. Think I wouldn't notice such an obvious tale. I don't know what your game is, but bombs ain't toys. Best put them away before you hurt someone, or yourself. Like me, I see neither of you are sporting regulators. So I suggest you be more careful with the only lives you've got. Gravelly voice. Sir, don't you remember us? You're Hildibrand, an agent of inquiry, gentleman inspector extraordinaire. Just put on the glasses. I've been called a lot of things, but nothing so insulting as a gentleman. I'm a weathered old fool with too many debts and regrets. This is great. Detective hard boiled. That's why I use the egg. Very impressive, but even with that name and those odd clothes, you might as well be the inspector of old. More wrinkled twin. Older, more wrinkled twin. Hate to break it to you, but you're barking up the wrong tree. Or the wrong egg. Okay. Oh, she just crafted an egg for him. You seem awfully fond of those hard-boiled eggs. Here, this one's on me. So you can just go buy them. You can just go buy them at one of the shops. Thanks, Dollface. You're a peach. This is great. Inspector Hard-boiled. Oh no. It's a bomb. I thought it would be a bomb. Or some medicine. Yep, it's a bomb. Oh no. What's this gonna be? Is hair singed? What? This is so good. Whew, that's one way to cure a hangover. You got me good. Maybe you really do have the wrong... Maybe you really do have the wrong person. That indestructibility is awfully Manderville-like, though. What if they just bring his mother in here? I've seen a few cases of this twin person phenomenon in the dome. Oh, is this his other shard? It might be someone who shares the same soul as Hildibrand, yeah. Either way, that's hilarious. I'm not sure what's going on here, but I can see that you're not who I thought you were, and that we need to keep searching. And then he's gonna help us find him. Oh yeah, I'm liking this. A missing person, is it? If that's the rub, you can leave the sleuthing to me. This is so good. Oh, we can really use your help. By the sounds of things, this fella looks a lot like me. What did you say his name was? Hildibrand. I'll find him, don't you worry. I can feel a hunch coming on already. Are we sure that isn't the inspector? I mean, I don't know at this point. I'm looking forward to more of it. I know I said that the Endwalker Hildibrand quests were the best, but if it's gonna keep on being that funny with the hard-boiled Hildibrand, it might actually top Endwalker. Anyway, let's wrap this one up. I'd like to rush off and do some investigative work of my own, but this city still has my head spinning. I think I'll wait to see if this Detective Hardboiled is as good as he seems. Meanwhile, you should get back to whatever it is that famous adventurers do when they not embroiled, not emboiled. That's not like hard-boiled. In one of our fantastical cases. Well then. Okay, that was hilarious. The dame had me looking at her knee. Oh my god, this is so good. A city with an allergy to sleep. The twin of mine had well and truly lost himself. The trail was colder than ice. Dude, they're literally right there. A conspiracy. This is gonna be so hilarious. Stay tuned for further episodes of Detective Hardboiled. And there's Godbrand. He's gonna miss it. Oh no, it's not gonna go flying off the edge of the table. That's the meme. Of course they're gonna do this. And it's got a bomb in it. Yep. Bro, if it's gonna be that funny, it might actually top Endwalker Hildibrand. The Inspector has finally set foot upon the Dawn Trail. Get ready for an inconceivably further Hildibrand adventures. Who knows what this case... He's got the hat! Who knows what his case will be this time? When it happens, whatever happens, you'll be there on the scene. Okay, that's gonna be hilarious. Anyway, that's gonna wrap it up for today. Actually, is he... Where were we? Yeah, he was over here. I doubt he's gonna be standing over here. Yeah, he's not over here. That would have been pretty crazy if he was. Anyway, that's gonna be all for today. Yeah, what a view. I completely agree. That's why I'm ending the stream right here. That's gonna be all for today. We got through almost all of the rest of the 7.1 stuff. We finished up Nitowikwe custom deliveries. And we started out the what's going to probably be some really hilarious Hildibrand shenanigans. And then we still got, I think we got like 1 or 2 more Pelupelu quests to do. Let me see. We did, okay, we did recruitment drive. There's 2 more to go. There's 2 more to go for, I think, is that right? Yeah, there's 2 more to go for the Pelupelu quest. So we'll go ahead and do that next week. And then we'll also do the and then we'll go ahead and do the alliance raids, which I think is the last thing I wanted to do in 7.1 content. Let's see, it's also a note down the did Hildibrand and Nitowikwe and stuff today. Let's see, 3:14. Nope, not there. Yeah, so oh no, we got the first of the alliance raids, and then also the master role quest. So that actually wraps up perfectly first to finish up, to match up with the Pelupelu Allied Society quests. So we'll do that one. We'll do the one of them next week when we do the first of the alliance raids, and then we'll go ahead and do the master role quests after that. But that's gonna be all for today. Until next time, goodbye.